A few years ago I was working in a restaurant, and one day I had an unpleasant incident. One day, I had to bring an order to a table where an old woman was sitting with her son. We discussed the details of the order and everything was fine. But suddenly the child, who was about 4 to 5 years old, went to the glass of hot water and drank it, followed by a piercing scream. I rushed inside to find towels and render assistance, not realizing that the glass contained hot water. Meanwhile, the woman herself was trying to remove the child's clothes and demanding compensation. She didn't even realize what had happened. Her child was in pain, and she was only thinking about profiting from the situation. All this made me very agitated and I hurried back inside to tell the supervisor what had happened and ask for an ambulance. An ambulance showed up and the child was sent to the hospital. But that was just the beginning of the story. The child's mother was full of hope that she could get something out of the situation and was willing to go to any lengths. Her cries for compensation when her child was suffering scared me. I thought she might blame me for what happened. But luckily the whole situation was caught on camera and everything was cleared up. But the problem was that the child's mother or grandmother didn't pay enough attention to the child's actions. The mother didn't even know we were being filmed by the camera, so she decided to lie, claiming that I was the one who poured the hot water on her child, and as if she saw everything with her own eyes. But she was ordering food at the time, and everyone present could confirm this. Then she changed her story and said that I had persuaded her that the water was cold, even though the camera clearly showed that a kettle of hot water was on the table. The mother was angry with me because I could probably confirm that the kettle was closed, but she decided to change the story again and tell the supervisor that it was open. Fortunately, the video camera footage disproved what she said. She also claimed that she had not ordered hot, but the order showed that this was not the case. The mother was angry that I and other restaurant employees did not call the hospital and inquire about her son's condition. She felt that every doctor should have told her all the details about his health. She informed everyone that we were the reason her son had a second-degree burn injury. But the general manager was in the restaurant and had already been informed of what had happened, so he knew what was really going on. The mother continued to scream, threatening to fire me and report me to the police and take all the restaurant employees to court. The manager told us that we might have to visit the police station to prove our innocence. She even wrote a letter to the corporation complaining. But all the evidence was against her and the corporate representative told us that we need not fear any repercussions as it was clear that we were not responsible for the child's injury. I worked in this restaurant only on holidays, so after the incident I quit my job and came back only after a month to please the guests with my dishes again. It was 2 years after the incident when the manager told me that the mother had finally given up on her attempts to get compensation as nothing had worked out. The security footage showed quite clearly what had happened, and none of the employees had been called to the police or taken to court. The whole thing with the mother who was so confident that she could get the money with her lies. However, she got nothing and was left with nothing but anger and medical bills. I am only sorry for the boy who was hurt so badly, and apparently his mother cared little for him since she tried to capitalize on the situation. That was my story.